In problem 7, we're asked to graph the solutions to the linear inequality. So I want to identify all the points on the coordinate plane that make this statement true. 1/2 x minus y is less than 2. A good place to start is by graphing just that line. So I can turn this into an equal sign, just for the purposes of identifying the line. And if I put it into slope-intercept form, that might be helpful. So let me subtract negative 1/2 x to the other side. And we have a plus 2 still over there. And then with a negative y here, the minus sign from the y stays in front of the y. To get rid of that, I could divide everything by negative 1, or I could think of multiplying everything by negative 1. So this will be y equals positive 1/2 x minus 2. Right, so essentially, to get rid of that negative sign in front of the y, I need to change the sign of all the terms in the equation. At this point, let me mention that the ordered pairs that make this inequality true, they fill a whole region on the coordinate plane. And the associated line represents a boundary to that region. So in order to graph all of the solutions, I want to graph the boundary. It's a strict inequality, so I don't want to include that boundary. So if I start at the point 0, negative 2, and then plot a few points using the slope of 1/2, I go over 2, up 1, over 2, up 1, I can find a few points. And then in the other direction as well, if I move to the left 2 units, I want to move down 1 each time. And the boundary line then, I want to create a dashed line or sort of a dotted line to indicate that it's not included in the final answer. And now we need to decide, is the region that we're interested in, is it below that line or is it above that line? And so I like to think about a test point as a good way to figure this out, because looking at the inequality itself is sometimes a challenge. If I just choose some point that's not on the line, let's say 0, 0, because it's a convenient one to calculate with, does 0, 0 make the inequality true, the original inequality true? 1/2 x minus y is less than 2. Well, for the point 0, 0, that means that x equals 0 and y equals 0. And so 1/2 times 0 minus 0, that's still 0. 0 is less than 2, so that makes sense. So values above the line are values that will make the original inequality true. To think about it a little bit more conceptually, because it's a statement, a less than statement, having larger values for y is kind of going to be a good thing. It's going to tend to make the statement true because a large value for y is being taken away from the value for x. So points that are higher than other points have a better chance of being true because for the same x value, as the y increases, this value is going to get smaller and smaller. So it makes sense that we should be above the line because larger values for y, overall, because we're subtracting them, larger values for y are going to give us smaller numbers on the left-hand side. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.